What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. As you guys can tell by this title, this is probably going to be more of a heavier video. I'm trying not to get emotional, like an emotional wreck. I was actually planning on filming a completely different video. I was planning on filming a morning routine video, but you know, I thought this one is probably more important and a little more significant, and maybe a lot of people can relate to this because, you know, we all go through it. We all have issues in our life, and I'm, you know, on a health and fitness journey. I want to be healthy, and I think that a huge aspect of health is making sure your mental health is in check. And I know your mental health isn't always going to be great, but I just figured I thought I'd share and talk to you guys. I'm sorry if I'm laughing, it's just because I'm nervous. And that's what I do when I'm nervous. I just laugh. I'm really not good with these things. I don't know why I'm nervous. I just don't open up like this on camera, I guess. So I've talked about anxiety on my channel before, and I'm pretty sure I've opened up about what I've been through, I guess. But if you guys don't know, I've dealt with anxiety and panic disorder for many years, which, I mean, a lot of us do. I've been on medication. That's been a whole journey. I've been to therapy many times, and I still do go. And over the years, I've learned to control a lot of my anxiety and a lot of my panic disorder, except for really one aspect that really affects me to this day. And I know a lot of people have anxiety about this too. I'm not really sure where to start with this, and I'm really sorry if I'm laughing. It's just how I deal with it. When I get nervous or scared, I just laugh. It's a weird habit of mine, but it happens. It's a nervous laugh, and I don't know why I do it. Anyway, so for a long time, I had a lot of anxiety, social anxiety, just generalized anxiety. I think I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder, where everything just made me anxious. I worked with a therapist for a while, and we got that under control for the most part. I mean, living with anxiety and panic disorder is always gonna be part of your life. If you have anxiety, it's always gonna be like a work in progress. You're always just gonna need to work with it. It's part of your life. It's part of who you are. And that's something I learned. I thought that I could just, you know, cure myself and get rid of it. And it doesn't work like that. It's, you know, something that you need to work with. And it's important that when you're taking medication, that you're learning to work with it and you're not just taking the medication. And it's just a long journey. And so for the most part, I learned to get that under control and get a lot of my panic attacks that I have under control. So currently I actually don't take any medication. Something that helps me a lot with my anxiety is CBD. I've talked about CBD on my channel before, and I know it's kind of like a trendy thing now, and it does help me, and it does help with my anxiety. And it just kind of just chills me out. I don't take it consistently. I take it when I feel like I need it. And for the most part, I've been pretty good. But now you're probably wondering why I'm being an emotional mess on camera. And you're like, okay, so you have your anxiety under control. For the most part, yes. But last night was a really rough night for me. So, oh my God, my voice is cracking. So when David is gone, that is probably when I deal with most of my panic attacks. Sometimes it does happen when he's there, but most of the time it's when he's gone, because there's not that distraction there and I'm alone. And when you're so used to living with someone and they're gone for a couple weeks, it does kind of affect your mentality a little bit. And so last night I woke up out of my sleep having a panic attack. I fell asleep, and then within an hour I woke up with a full-blown panic attack, and it sucks. There's gonna be a lot of cuts in this video because I keep pausing. Oh my God. Anyway, so last night I didn't sleep. I only slept 3.5 hours. That's how that's going. Not very good. I'm pretty tired this morning, and I just don't feel like doing anything. And usually after a day or night of me having a lot of anxiety or panic attacks, I just don't feel good the next day and feel upset to my stomach. I just feel lethargic, and I just feel like crap because when my body goes through a high stress situation like a panic attack. And so yeah, that's what's up. I guess I didn't sleep last night, so I think that's why I'm a little more emotional, because I'm tired. So you're probably wondering, well, Nicole, why do you have panic attacks if you have it under control for the most part? So like I said, I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder, and I got that part under control. The one part that I don't have under control is worrying about death. I know some people are probably like, seriously, but that just gives me so much anxiety. And over the years I've met some people, not very many, that do deal with this, so I figured why not share this with you guys. So I guess I should have put a trigger warning. A little late now. Anyways, one thing I don't have under control that I'm still working on, and I think it will always be a work in progress, is worrying about death. It scares the shit out of me. With anxiety, I'm a person who really overthinks things and hates when things are out of my control, and I know a lot of people, that's pretty much the general basis of their anxiety, is that when it's out of their control or they can't control things, and it causes a lot of distress to them. And this is something that is out of my control, and it obviously causes me a lot of distress. But I am working on it. I guess it's something that's just hard for me, and I deal with this every once in a while. Even when David's here, sometimes I still deal with that. It's just very easy for me to get really upset really fast when the thought comes across my mind. It just sucks to deal with this sometimes. Personally, I don't like taking medication. I went through taking medication, as I said before, and I didn't like my experience on medication, and it really affected me in a negative way more than a positive way. There was more negatives than positives. I think medication does work for some people, but I also prefer natural routes, and a lot of reason why I prefer natural routes is because the amount of medication that I used to be on for anxiety and panic attacks, that's a whole nother story in itself. So right now, for what I'm doing now to help control this sometimes, is really taking CBD as much as possible. I know it's not a cure-all at all, and of course there's just some things that I just try and control. I've learned to control my panic attacks. It's not easy with these panic attacks because they're very severe, but I do manage to get them under control. And I'm not gonna sit on here and say that I'm perfect. I'm far from perfect. I try and really just work on my anxiety every single day for the most part. And there, like I said, I have kind of, mastered a lot of my anxiety. It just sucks sometimes because you try so hard to work with your anxiety and panic attacks, and your brain is such a powerful thing that it just takes over, and it's hard as hell to work with it, and it sucks like hell sometimes, and it's upsetting. It just sucks. I just wish sometimes that I had better control over my mind. I know I do have pretty strong control, but sometimes I just wish it was better. It's so frustrating, and I don't know, I feel like I'm all over the place. And today is obviously going to be a mental health reset day. I'm just gonna take it easy. Luckily, it's a day off for me, so I don't have to work. I can just kind of chill out. I just want people to know that if they have anxiety about death, that it's gonna be okay. I wish I could give you a solid answer, but I feel like when I first started panicking about this, I felt like I was the only person in the world that had anxiety over this, and until I finally met a couple of people, that I wasn't alone. And I feel like if I can just let people know that there's people out there that do have anxiety about it, and I just want to let people know that if they do have anxiety about it, that they're not the only ones, and that it's possible to get through it. Sometimes it's really crappy and it's hard to get through, but it's always going to be better in the next couple days. Sometimes after it happens, like I said, you just need a day to reset. So if you're going through really bad anxiety, or if you have the same kind of anxiety as me, then just take a day to reset. It's so worth to take off a day of work if you need to. Like, work is not the end all be all of everything. You have to live your life sometimes, and that's what frustrates me, is that like sometimes people just think that work is the only thing in their life. And yeah, work is important. I'm not saying that it's not important, but I'm saying that freaking Christ, your mental health is 10 times more important than work. So if you freaking need to, go to the doctor and get a doctor's note for all I care. Just take a day to yourself if you need to, but it's something that's just so hard to deal with sometimes, and I understand and I know how people feel, and it just freaking sucks. And mental health is such an important part of your health journey too. Stress and anxiety does a lot to your body, and I've discovered that over the years how much it's affected my body, and it sucks so bad. So like I said, I just wanted to come on here and just talk, I guess. I didn't know where I was going with this. I don't know where I'm going with this, and I feel like I'm just rambling now. But I really honestly couldn't film a video, and these days that I feel like this, I just can't film. I just don't have the energy and the happiness, fake happiness, I guess, that people portray on here to do that. And I don't want to do that because, you know, I hate when people fake shit and make their lives look so perfect. We see so much on social media, how people try and portray their lives as perfect, and I know you've probably heard this a million times, and it's not like that at all. We all have our demons, we all have the things that we suffer with. We don't have perfect relationships, and that's okay. So I'm just gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna end off this video here. If you guys have any tips that you think that could help me, then leave them down below, because maybe they can help me, but maybe they can help someone else too. So please leave any tips down below. And yeah, I don't know if this video was helpful or not. I just want people to know that they're not alone, especially on that specific anxiety, because I felt so alone for a long time. And so yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video, and I'll probably be in a lot better of a mental health state than this right now, because right now I'm a complete mess. So yes, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Go inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night away.